Good evening. Good Chodesh. I got a WhatsApp from Avi a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, yeah, do you want to come to camp and speak, opening day? I was like, okay, what's the big deal? No problem. I'm always up to speak. And as I walked in tonight, everyone's like, oh, are you ready? We can't wait. This is the speech of the summer. So I really hope I don't disappoint. I promise I won't keep you too long. But let's do it. As I sat down to put my thoughts on paper, it was about 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, because till then, I didn't think I was going to be here. I am completely overwhelmed. I was physically and emotionally exhausted, and at the same time, just like all of you, in absolute awe of the open nisim and niflos that we were all zoche to witness over the past 2 weeks. I think more appropriate than ever to say, Shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. I did not think I would be standing here. I certainly didn't know that we'd have Rav Judah and Avi. And I certainly, not in a million years, thought that my daughter would make it home from Israel to be with us. So we are beyond grateful. I have so much that I wanted to say, but at this point, I'm numb. I can't think straight. I haven't slept in days, so bear with me, and I hope it's not too much of a disaster. When I was asked to speak, my first instinct was, nah, not for me. Not because I don't want to, but because I just couldn't figure out how to put into words the whirlwind of emotions and challenges that comes with raising a child with special needs. But then I realized, if there's anyone that deserves to hear this, it's you guys. And so, I stand before you tonight, not as a professional, not as a doctor, or a therapist of any kind, but simply as a mother of a very special child. Even though he's 22, he'll always be my child. And I speak to you from my heart. I guess that's where they got the heart to heart, but I didn't know about that till today. Every one of you had different motivations that brought you to camp this summer. Some of you figured, hey, it's a better alternative to summer school. Some of you wanted or were told in seminary and yeshiva that you wanted to give back to the community. And let's be honest, some of you are here because it looks good on the resume. And if you play your cards right, hopefully you won't need a resume. But regardless of what brought you here, my purpose this evening is to give you a glimpse as to what this summer actually means to the campers you're about to meet and to their families. I want you to understand that for the next 7 weeks, you're not just counselors. You could have gone anywhere to be counselors. You are the world to these children and to their families. You are a light in their darkness. You are hope where it has often been in short supply. This is not a summer job. This is Avodas HaKodesh. You are being entrusted with the purest, most precious neshamas for the next 7 weeks. Let me give you a little bit of a window into our lives. While raising a child with special needs is a privilege, because that's what they tell us, Hashem entrusted us to raise him and be his parents. At the same time, it's exhausting and it's challenging. It's lonely. Even when you're in a crowd, it's full of joy and it's full of grief, of milestones not reached, of birthday parties not attended, of typical experiences that we missed. It's a constant juggling act. Caring for your special needs child while making sure your other children and your spouse don't feel like second fiddle. It's navigating your way through family simchas, through vacations, which most people don't even give a second thought to. But for us, it's how are we going to go? What's going to be with Ellie? Can he get there? Who's going to watch him? Camp Ask is more than just a break for us. It's more than respite. It's a lifeline. It's a chance for Ellie to experience friendship, laughter, and most importantly, dignity. It's a place where for once he belongs. He's appreciated for who he is, as opposed to being defined by his disabilities. And it is a chance for us to do the things that most people take for granted. Sleeping through the night. Did we lose? No, okay. Sorry. Going out for dinner. Being able to attend a simcha without worrying about, I have to be home, Ellie has to go to bed, there's no one there to put him to sleep, I can't stay for the whole time. Accepting an invitation for a Shabbos meal, even when the house is not wheelchair accessible. It's an opportunity to give our undivided attention to our other children, who often have to wait patiently in the wings. And let me just be clear about one thing. We are the lucky ones. Baruch Hashem, we have amazing and wonderfully supportive parents and an extended family who are willing to drop everything and help. Could you imagine those parents who don't have that? You are giving families like ours the most precious gift that you can. 7 weeks of normalcy. Just being a normal family. An opportunity for a deep exhale so that we can recharge and reset our batteries to start over again. Just take a minute and realize what that means for us. What an opportunity you are giving every family. Forget about me for a minute. You're giving Ellie something even more precious, a sense of belonging. Although the world doesn't always make space for our children, Camp Ask does. Ellie's a person here. He's not a diagnosis. He's not a challenge or a list of therapies. And most importantly, he's not a nebuch. People get him. They talk to him. They treat him like an individual. He's just another happy member of the Hask family. Camp Hask made sure that would happen. Every one of you will do that this summer for a child. And Hask will do it again and again, year after year, for dozens of campers just like our Ellie. But now, let me tell you something you might not expect. The summer is actually going to change every one of you. You will leave camp a better listener, a more patient friend, a more compassionate human being. You will learn how to look past the facade of some of your campers and their awkward behaviors and see the incredible neshamas that shine through. You'll learn to celebrate the smallest victories, a full sentence, a smile, a clean plate, camper who slept the whole night, and those victories will feel larger than life. I will never forget one of Ellie's first summers in camp when we got an ecstatic and excited phone call from his counselors, along with a video. Ellie walked in the pool today. You're not going to believe it. You will learn to love without words, to connect just through your presence, and to appreciate the beauty of difference. And yeah, you'll be tired. There will be sleepless nights, hopefully not too many. There will be messes to clean up and tough moments to get through. But I promise you, every second will matter. Every moment will echo in eternity and will shape you as an individual. So as you prepare for this summer, I ask you to remember this. Every time you tie a shoelace or change a nasty diaper, wipe a tear or a runny nose, sit patiently while a camper has a meltdown, or cheer for a camper. You are building a world of kindness. You mean the world to these campers. You will carry them in your heart long after the summer ends, and they will carry you in theirs. I was recently sitting Shiva after my father passed away and was blown away when one of Ellie's counselors from his first summer in Hask walked in to be Menachem Avel. Over 15 years later, the connection remains strong. I can't tell you how many of his counselors are still stored in my phone. They reach out on Ellie's birthday to see how things are doing and to share their life milestones with us. Baruch Hashem, I'm the proud grandmother of many grandchildren out there. You signed up to give, but I assure you, you will receive more than you give. And on behalf of all the parents, all the tired mothers, the burnt out fathers, the siblings who wait at home, and most of all those precious souls who will get off the buses and run or be wheeled into your arms, we thank you. May Hashem reward you with health and happiness, and may you go from chayil to chayil. Have an amazing summer. Before I open with questions, just on a personal note, at least for our counselors, but really all, don't be ashamed. Call, WhatsApp, ask questions. We know him. You just met him. You're not supposed to know what to do. I will never forget one summer I called Avi and I don't remember what the issue was. I was like, so-and-so happened. And he says to me, Shandy, do you understand that most of these boys got on the bus this morning? Maybe their mom made them a sandwich for lunch. And now, a few hours later, you expect them to know what to do with your special needs child who doesn't speak, is on a G-tube. You got to give them a little bit of break. So we're here to give you a break. I try to, now that my own children are a counselor age, I totally get it. And like, really, don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. No question is a stupid question, and no time of night is off limits. We're here to help. We want to be partners with you. We want to do this together, and there really are no words for what you guys are doing for us. Now, who's going to be the first one for questions? Someone's got to have guts. As they say. I might call you out. Yeah. Oh. You had to start with a tough one? Honestly, I just want a counselor who's going to care about him. Because if he cares, I know Ellie will be taken care of. A counselor who doesn't care, who can't connect, who can't see into the person he is, not going to take good care of him either. So that's my answer. Yeah.
For a camper who is able to correct feeling for looking, how as a counselor, how and I stay able to meet it and like want to continue to like be that there, be that.
That's a good question. So again, I can't speak for every camper because I know my own. He's not verbal, but anyone who knows Ellie, I think he lets his emotions be known. They have a way of communicating even when it's not verbal. His eyes can light up. His smile can light the room. And when he's sad, he'll cry. You can have a whole conversation with him, even though he can't answer back. So I think you gotta look deep. You gotta look into the child or the adult and realize they all want to communicate. It's just not always through traditional means. Ladies? Yeah.
Hi, thank you so much for us.
Nothing better to do tonight.
Is it possible you could describe us what is last when you talk at campers like sharing the ship prop school advice about camping line?
I think every camper is going to have a different experience with that. Older campers might not even be in school. And I think just creating routine is always a good thing for anybody. And just, reminding them this is what we're doing now. This is, what's happening next. Show them the love that they might be missing from at home. But most of them, they'll have a couple of rough days, but they do transition because they just feel the magic here. They walk in, they feel the love, they feel the magic, and it works. They've been doing this for a lot longer than you've been around. Nobody? Do I have to start calling names? Yeah. What's Ellie's favorite thing about camp? Yaakov, do we know? Football? Really? Apparently he likes football. I think he just likes being around the guys. Let's face it, we're not that fun at home. So, yeah, he has his siblings, but we're kind of boring. And he gets here and he's got undivided attention from everybody around him. And everyone knows him and everyone talks to him and high fives him. And then he comes home at the end of the summer and gives me the silent treatment for a couple of days. I don't want to be here. This is, it's boring here. So I guess that's his favorite part. But really, he feels like he's a person here. He's not Nebuch Eli. Right? He's like, oh, it's Ellie Lisker. We get it. It's not half an hour yet.
You seem like a very positive, optimistic, and loving mother.
That's because you don't know me. Ask anyone who's been through my class or been Ellie's counselor. I'm joking.
Was that always the case, especially like somebody is born, or was that something you get to look at?
She picked the question here. So that speak like the bracket says, I think you are past box this and loving work. See a cause of this can look other that always is or the cake. Do you have a dirty but like a what?
So I guess fortunately for us, realizing Ellie's situation was not an overnight kind of thing. It didn't come from one day to the next. It was a slow process. So that really did give us time to adjust to the fact that he's not like everyone else. Am I always positive and upbeat? Ask my kids. Absolutely not. There are really hard days. There are a lot of hysterics. But at the end of the day, Hashem gave us a job. Hashem entrusted us with Ellie, and we got to do the best that we can. And it doesn't make it easy, and it doesn't mean that, we don't have bad days and bad weeks. But Baruch Hashem, I should also say, he's really one of the easy ones. So I'm not sure why I'm up here. Like, you put him in the chair and he sits there. You don't have to run after him. He's not doing anything. As long as he doesn't have a vomiting summer, you're pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, and that's a pretty hard bossy, but how it goes.
Grab a cup of coffee and adrenaline. Adrenaline is what will keep you going. And you just look at those kids and you see what you mean to them and what you can give to them. And you'll go. I promise. I used to have sleepless nights and wake up and be like, oh my God, how am I going to function today? I can't go to work. I can't stand in front of a class and teach. And somehow you just do it. Yeah. Hi.
You're feeling like, yeah.
Love? I think they all respond to love, and whatever that looks like for different campers, it could be a hug, it could be cheering them up, taking them out. Just give them that attention that either they're missing from at home because they're not home, or many of these children can't get it at home because their parents are just overwhelmed. Their parents are dealing with other children and they can't get that love and attention. So they're going to eat it up by the spoonful from you. And that usually helps. Now, if you have Ellie and he's sad, you probably have to stub your toe or bang your head somewhere because that's the only thing that gets him going. He's a little weird. What do you want me to say? Yeah. Best way to connect to the camper? You gotta see who the camper is and how they're gonna connect to you. I know we put together a little guide. It's called the Ellie Guide. We share it with our counselors every summer. And again, when I'm bringing you a nonverbal child, it's kind of hard for you to figure out how to connect to him. So we help you out. Ask the parents also. Ask the vets who have been there. What does this child respond to? What are they like? How can I connect? And it's definitely a challenge, especially for those campers who are not verbal. Yeah.
Many of us here don't have a lot of experience with what was custom.
Oh, WWDPT Ballot Electric Dome ended at the Apple Sunset.
So I'm not sure if I heard everything correctly, but it was what's something we shouldn't do?
Something that we normally do is not break them down with negatively impact your knowledge that we don't find out.
So again, I can't speak for children who, have sensory issues and get overwhelmed. As far as I'm concerned, the best thing you could do for my child is to treat him like everyone else. He doesn't want you to treat him like a baby. Like, don't read him little storybooks because he can't talk. He's 22 years old. He has tons of personality and he gets it. Joke with him, laugh with him. So you can't do anything negative and wrong that you would normally do with someone else. But I really can't speak for every camper here because they have such varied needs. Yeah, it's really not a big deal. One of our favorite counselors yanked out the G-tube while we were here on a visiting day or an experience day or whatever by accident. It happens. Okay? Just, ask advice from people who have done it before. And always go straight to the infirmary if there's a problem. If it looks funny, ask someone. Show it to someone. But it's really not scary. And for those of you who are grossed out by it, I promise it's really not so gross. Before Ellie had his G-tube put in, I was freaking out. I didn't know what it was going to look like. And in those days, it wasn't so easy to just Google it on my phone. But it's just like a beach ball. Just like the opening of a beach ball that you inflate. So here, you just give them food through it. And it happens to be a lifesaver and the easiest way to get these kids to eat and take their meds without stressing you out. And this comes from a parent who fought it, or who's married to a parent who fought it for many, many years. But they're not so scary. And you can't break them so easily. The kids, they bounce back, usually. Nobody? You guys are done. You're tired. You're cranky. It's cold. I get it. Yeah, one more. So, what do I tell myself when things are hard? First of all, as my kids can attest to, I let myself cry. We do a lot of that in our house. Well, I do a lot of that in our house. And I just remind myself that every challenge I was given for a reason, and I was given because Hashem believes in me and thinks I can handle it. So, just like there are a lot of things I never thought I could do and would get through, I'm going to get through the next challenge as well. Just faith. We good? Thank you.